you're fluent in Punjabi, but you're fluent to the point you have so much control that when you're telling jokes in it, you're landing properly. And you can tell that there is a big difference. There's people who can speak, but it's kind of like stitched together Punjabi,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what we call tutti frutti Punjabi.
Yeah,
And
of
then there's
course.
like standing on, yeah, that's Indy. And then there's stand on a stage and deliver, which is like the jokes just land so much harder. It was so funny that show you kept translating to me for the Gore. You're like,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
what it
yeah.
means in English, and it's like it's just not as funny some things in
No,
Yeah,
English.
it's
it's
never
just
that
not.
funny.
It's
never
but
as
it's
funny.
just not. It's just like
Yeah.
you kutti is really funny. Like you're a bitch. It's
Yeah.
like,
It's not
this
as
is one of the
funny.
things. But you have
Yeah.
to, the ras in Punjabi is just something else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's something that I love using in my stand-up as well. And I talk about it in my show, as you know, but like I love using Punjabi in my stand-up because it is who I am. And, I was on Paul Chowdhury's podcast recently, and we talked a lot about, when I met him as well. So we didn't, I don't think we covered this in the podcast, or it may have been edited out. We talked a lot about Asian, like South Asian comedians specifically, who feel like they need to whitewash themselves in order to fit in. They need to speak a certain way. They need to code switch, etc., etc. And I totally get that. We all code switch in real life. We do it all the time,
Yeah,
and I
definitely.
get that.
Voice.
But I just,
The voice. Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing? Everything great? Yeah. Cool. Have a nice day.
If you're complaining or you're, whatever, you're like, oh hi, yeah, thank you. I just had a question about, you're not going to be
bastard.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally
that guy. So we were talking a lot about it, and because so much of my comedy is observational, it would feel wrong for me not to use Punjabi in it because it's such a huge part of my identity.
Yeah.
It would, just like I said, just wouldn't land as much. And when you kind of, you sprinkle it in, I don't know, the level, like you land some of the jokes, you're doing them, and then you start laughing on stage, which makes it even funnier for us. You're laughing at your own jokes live. And it's just like, oh wow, yeah, that is really.
When you see a comedian do that, it makes it more authentic. Because if they're just recycling something and they're just spewing it out,
they know when the laugh's gonna come, or you're waiting for it to land. That's different because obviously I know comedians, they practice jokes and they try at smaller sets and they know it's gonna land. We all know that. But then when you're actually enjoying it yourself and you can see that you're enjoying it, it just makes us enjoy it even more as well.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? When someone's enjoying something on stage, whatever they're doing, it makes you enjoy it so much more because you're like, oh, we're all in this together. There's no us and them.
Well, until you call the gore out and you're like,
until I call the gore,
we're the white people. Now you know how it feels.
Yeah. But they love it, and there's always
they do love it. Yeah,
they do love it. I did a show in Bilston the other day, Wolverhampton, and there was like just one Gordy in the room, Kerry.
Oh, it's okay.
Just one guy.
I love it.
Yeah, just one. Yeah, just one. And I was like, all right, mate. Like, but I love that because there's been a lot of white people that have come to my shows, or people from other backgrounds who've gone, I really get that, because they might be working class, or they might have also been born in the 80s, or their parents also said you can't put the big light on, or whatever. They're like, we might not be from the same background, but I understand it. And specifically, a lot of people from Jewish heritage will if they'll come and see it, they're like, oh my God, my mum also tells me to eat and then tells me to lose weight. It's like, we're all there. It's that kind of migrant experience is quite similar, isn't it? For a lot of
the shared experiences are massively important to just be amongst people. I mean, it's really good as a comedian to have that, not just a Punjabi audience, but to broaden.